Marc Chagall, 1887-1985. Dans mon pays, 1943. Signed bottom right. Gouache and tempera on paper applied to canvas, 57 by 50 centimeters. Longer side is horizontal. Framed in a white passepartout wooden frame painted blue. The work presents a snowy village enveloped in a delicate nighttime atmosphere, lit up by the full moon. In the scene, rendered in a dreamy and non-naturalistic style, some animals float in the sky, while a couple is embracing near a house. The painting is almost entirely blue, with various nuances of light blue. Few elements are painted in different colors. In the foreground, to the left of the viewer, are a woman and a man painted standing and in full figure. The lovers embrace and lean against a dacha, a traditional Russian home built with tree trunks, here depicted in very dark blue and black. Only the roof is light-colored since it is covered in snow. The woman, embracing the man, is seen in profile. Her long hair and face look to the right. The man gazes out to the viewer. He wears a black hat and clothing. The lines used to draw the outfits are not orderly, but rather seem more random towards the bottom, corresponding to both of their legs, which appear intertwined. The predominant color that distinguishes the figures is very intense blue and black. The lovers represent the artist, Marc Chagall, and his wife, Bella. 3/4 of the canvas, starting from the top and moving downwards, are occupied by a night blue sky filled with bizarre creatures. Starting from above and remaining at the center of the canvas, we find, suspended as if in flight, a goat with its body slightly in diagonal and facing left. The animal is busy eating from a small wooden bucket right under its mouth. The goat stands out from the blue background because it is colored in orange and brown. Under the goat, a more difficult to identify since it is drawn only with a black line that differentiates it from the rest of the blue nuances, is a horse, shown on its side as well, facing left, near the faces of the lovers. It is barely outlined, as if it takes shape among the clouds. Right below the horse is a full moon, round and white. To the right of the moon is a snowy landscape with a few small wooden houses lined up in a row. The one in the foreground has an open door, and on top is a sign with the writing Chagall. To the right of the door, outside the house, is a small table with a samovar, a traditional Russian metal container used to boil water, reflecting the white light of the full moon, rendered by the artist with small rapid brushstrokes. The roofs of all the homes, as well as the entire landscape, are blanketed with snow in bluish white. In close-up, on the bottom right, we find a strange two-headed rooster. The one on the left is a human head seen in profile, another self-portrait of Marc Chagall, while the one on the right belongs to a rooster, also seen in profile with its beak facing the right edge of the canvas. The atmosphere of the painting evokes an oniric landscape, as if all the subjects portrayed appeared in a dream at the moment that is part of the artist's memories, laden with melancholy. The work was painted by Marc Chagall when he fled with his family to America, where he arrived in 1941 to escape from Nazi-fascist persecution and upon invitation of the Museum of Modern Art in New York. Marc Chagall painted in this work the village of Vitebsk in today's Belarus, where he was born, and therefore the memory of a childhood place dear and familiar to him and where he could not return due to racial persecution. As is often the case throughout his long career, Chagall, as if to shield himself from the horrors he had witnessed and experienced during both World Wars, He was born into a Jewish family in the late 1800s and died at the age of 98 in 1985. Retreated into his dreamy paintings, where there are always flowers, lovers, animals, and musicians floating in the air, all portrayed with bold colors in contrast to the grey and gloom typical of war atmospheres.